I'm not going to open these. Close to the sun.
Just like pushing buttons. Feel too close to the sun. What does that mean?
Icarus. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I flew too. Yeah, that's right. Flew too close to the sun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
All right. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
To another episode of Guests What's Coming to Dinner.
Woohoo!
I am one of the hosts, Dara Lashley.
I am Salome Denoon.
And I am Michael Dwayne Paylor.
And we are joined by... Oh, let's be nice to him today. We are joined by Jackie Diehl, actress and writer extraordinaire. Thank you so much, Jackie, for being here. We're so happy to have you.
Guess what's coming? Guess what's coming to? Guess what's coming? Guess what's coming to dinner? Guess what's coming to dinner? Oh, guys, I'm fucking up.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Yes. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Absolutely. We're very happy you're here. We're going to jump right into it.
We're jumping right into it?
We are. We're going to start with, this is our first time.
And it was Michael's idea.
It was doing the well-seasoned artist.
What was the name?
Well-seasoned artist.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So now I know. What was the other name we had?
Oh, appetizing artist.
Appetizing artist, but then we said it sounded like...
Sounds like you're going to eat them.
Yeah, so we settled on well-seasoned artist.
Yeah, well-seasoned because we eat food on the show, and we like our food like we like our artists flavored.
Yes.
See what I did there? I brought it back to the other gang from the...
Okay.
All right, so bear with me. My eyes ain't what they used to be, Jackie. Now, so the point of this particular segment is, I already explained it, right? All right, never mind.
Did you?
Get into it.
You haven't explained it to our guests. Or I'm sorry, not our guests, our listeners.
Oh, well, we just want to shine some light on some inspirational artists, whether they're actors, singers. Art comes in many different ways, Jackie. It's just not the two.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Now. So
I love how quick Jackie is. Yeah. I love it.
To start, I took the time to write this up. So
Thank you.
Wrote it all myself. Didn't use any AI, by the way, just so you know.
Wow. Well, we know that's a lie.
Born on August 11th, 1965 in St. Matthews, South Carolina, this actor has made an indelible... See...
Wait, before you go on, does this make her a Virgo, August 11th? Is that too much?
That's
No,
Leo.
that's Leo.
Oh, okay, never mind then. But go ahead.
Oh, you want me to start over?
No, don't start over. Like, just continue from where you were.
One of the most significant aspects of their impact on acting lies in her ability to bring authenticity and depth to her characters. She is known for her extraordinary range and emotional intensity she brings to her roles, whether on Broadway or in Hollywood. Her performances are marked by a rare vulnerability that allows audiences to connect with her characters profoundly. She has shattered barriers in the entertainment industry, challenging the prevailing norms and advocating for greater inclusivity. Her historic win at the 2017 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress in Fences made her the first African-American woman to achieve the Triple Crown of acting, winning an Oscar, Emmy, and Tony for acting.
Wow.
This accomplishment not only celebrated her individual talent, but also represented a groundbreaking moment for diversity and representation in the film industry. Viola Davis' influence on acting is not merely confined to her performances. Through her production company, Juvie Productions, she has actively worked to develop and produce projects that amplify marginalized voices by taking control of her narrative. Davis is contributing to a shift in the industry, fostering an environment where diverse stories are not only told but celebrated. Viola Davis's impact on acting is multifaceted. She has redefined the standards of performance excellence, broken down barriers for underrepresented groups, and became a powerful force for change in the entertainment industry. Her journey for adversity to acclaim severe, her journey from adversity to acclaim
serves as
an inspiration for aspiring actors and a testament to the transformative. There you go. Power of talent, resilience, and commitment to social progress.
Woo! Wow, that is.
We did it, guys.
Yeah, you did it.
Thank you for coming, Jackie.
That's all I came for.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Viola did. Where did she go? She went to.
I think she went to Juilliard at some point.
Is it Juilliard that she went to? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I figured she went somewhere. She's very, very good. What's your favorite Viola Davis moment?
Moment or?
Well, movie character moment.
I love The Woman King. She's like recent, but she really like helped me in when she was in How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah, so
I like Doubt.
She was great in that. Okay, Doubt. Okay.
I definitely think she stood her ground
against, or not against, but
not
with,
against, with
in tandem with
you did
Meryl
not.
Streep.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I dare not forget who that is.
What about you, Jackie?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Who
don't
that is?
know a ton about Viola Davis, but you said she was in Fences, yeah?
Yeah.
You did a scene in Fences.
yeah.
Did you draw? Like, did you look into?
I couldn't.
But
I shouldn't.
after you, after your performance, like, did you go look into that at all?
No, I'll be honest, because
Wait, you didn't watch Fences?
I don't even know how. Because
I think you
we're told that
Yeah.
you shouldn't watch like the movies and stuff, but I don't even know how I ended up
think that's good.
picking Fences, but it's iconic because she was literally like snotting, and people talk about it. That's the word, right?
That's how she
snot was
cries.
coming out. Snot was coming out her nose, so it was kind of like iconic. And I had already known that I don't think I was ever gonna even be that broken. She's who she is. I love her.
And you wanted to bring yourself to the role.
Yeah. Not really that. I don't think I could even be that close, but yeah. Okay, so you ready, Jackie? No. Okay, so first question that we ask everyone: what inspired you to be an actor?
That's you probably have all of your guests say this, where they're like, "Oh, that's a tough question." I'm probably gonna say this about every question you guys ask me. I feel like I don't have a specific moment where I was like, "Now I want to be an actor." I think it's a collection of things from growing up. I just grew up in like a really creative household, but not like an acting creative in a sense. Like, I just grew up in a really musical household, and so from there I was just a really creative person. Like my dad, he wrote a lot of songs, and so like he plays the piano, and he just encouraged me and my sisters to learn the piano, and he was always writing all of these songs. So he had this whiteboard that he wrote all of his music on, and I don't know, so from there I was just really always trying to be more of a creative person and just like wanting to create things. But I also think part of it is I'm a wallflower. So I don't know if you guys are like familiar with that term.
Yeah.
But I'm just
What's a
like,
wallflower?
it's basically like, you want
No, go ahead.
I'm just like a really observant person, and I like to watch. I like to like pay attention to other people.
You're into watching, Jackie?
Yeah, I'm into just like staring at people, just in a really creepy way. No, but like I'm just an observant person. Like I like to just pay attention to what other people are doing. And I think like when I was in middle school, I was more like a lot more shy. But because of that, I was always kind of paying attention to like how maybe what other people were doing in their lives, or like what other people were thinking. And so I know, like, obviously I care about, like, film and TV and, like, watching a lot of film and TV and stuff like that, but I think just because I like to pay attention to other people's lives and just I like to listen, that I, from there, just kind of go off on my own daydreams a lot. And so that has kind of inspired me to always want to tell other people's stories. So, and I also just like to read, like I've always been like a reader growing up. So when I'm in rooms full of people, I tend to like sit back a little bit and listen, and I like to observe the world. And I kind of absorb that and just want to like bounce it off on the world and like tell other people's stories. And I love meeting, which is going to sound weird because I've had people kind of like make fun of me for this a little bit in like a friend joking way, but I love meeting strangers, and not in a way where I'm going to get kidnapped and like put in a basement, but like I've just had some really cool like interactions with strangers where like I've never ended up meeting, like I'll have these really cool interactions for a few hours where I'll meet a stranger and they'll just tell me their life, like we'll just talk about their life and I'll just never end up seeing them again, but I think that's so cool. Like I love to I just remember those people to the point where like I'll write down their stories, and I've had a few interactions where I've met strangers and I've gotten like dinner with them, which is like
What?
sounds weird, like you guys might think.
Wow.
But like,
Are they even strangers after that?
well, I've never seen them again. Like, it's just that one time where I've like met somebody, and like I even met like this old woman in Boston a couple of weeks ago. I just bumped into her on the street, and I had some time to kill before my flight, and I didn't know where I was going, and I was just like, well, where are you going? And she was like, I'm going to this library. So I ended up talking to her for a few hours, and then I flew away, and I never like saw her again. But like I just like I love like learning about people's lives, and I think like that's kind of what inspired me to be an actor. Is like I love film and TV, but more often I love observing the world and observing other people, and then being able to tell those stories, because I think people just aren't listened to. Like, people love when somebody will listen to them.
Yeah.
And when you do listen, they have so much to say. There's so much personality. There's so much story to tell. So that was like a long-winded answer.
That's
It's
a great
perfect.
answer, though. We haven't gotten that. Yeah.
Two questions. Well, two things. One, that's like a really, really great quality to have, and it will help you be really successful in your work. Do you document what you've learned from your experiences, other than creating stories and stuff? Do you document like what you've learned personally from a stranger?
Yeah. So there's this one stranger that I met a couple of years ago, and I actually wrote down everything that he told me because it was really interesting. I was just sitting in where was it? In Chesapeake City, Maryland, and I was sitting on this bench because I just like to. It's like this really cute town under a bridge, and like sometimes I just like to go there. And this is when I lived closer to that area, and there is a man there, and he was also sitting kind of nearby, and somehow he was. I think I could tell he was trying not to be creepy because, like, he wasn't hitting on me. Like, he wasn't asking me about myself, and that's what I appreciated. But I think I don't even remember how the conversation started, but he started telling me all about these travels he had in his life, and basically his marriage didn't go the way that he wanted it to, because he learned after he got married and after he had a kid that he was more of an adventurer type of person and a really creative person, and that his wife didn't have the same aspirations in life, and it felt like it was kind of holding him back. Like, he had so much traveling he wanted to do, and so much, I guess, like, creative pursuits that he had, and he wasn't going to be able to follow through with those, because now that he had this kid and this marriage, he wanted to do those with her, but he realized she didn't want to do those too. And he was like a musician and just such a world traveler, and so their marriage ended up falling apart kind of, and so he was there alone, and he actually got like a FaceTime from his daughter at the time, and he didn't have me in it or anything because I think he didn't want to like confuse the girl and all that.
Yeah.
Because like he says goodnight to her every night, but he was basically telling me, and I ended up getting dinner with him around the corner because he was like, I'm just gonna get a beer, but he was like, I'm gonna do that if you want to join. Like I think he was trying not to be creepy, you know, but he ended up telling me like when you're young, you really need to pay attention to the things that you know, that really feel like they're calling to you, and not try to push them down and think you'll figure it out later, especially the things that you feel like you're really skilled at, or even that you have a little bit of interest in, and then you want to pursue further and build your skill on, because he wished he had done that more, but he kept thinking, I'll figure it out, or I can change this person, or we'll figure it out later, but it always comes back. And I learned so much from that guy. I have like 8 pages written down after that interaction. Like I never saw him again. It was totally like complete stranger, like goodbye. I think he just wanted to help me out. Like I don't even know why that started. I think he just was like, oh, this girl's sitting here. Like I don't know what happened there, but like
interesting.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Jackie, who in the industry is your biggest inspiration?
You guys. I know that you like told me ahead of time what some of these questions would be, but like, geez. So, I think my brain is divided between like somebody that I really look up to and somebody that I kind of want to like model my career after a bit. Okay, so here's the thing. I've got like, I know that this guy is a little bit controversial, but in terms of his acting abilities, I think that Johnny Depp is a really incredible actor. As a person, I understand. Like, I'm not trying to like go have, you know, a court case with Amber Heard and all that. But the thing that is so interesting to me about Johnny Depp's career is that I can't think of so many other actors, or that many other actors who were able to play so many different, very, very different kinds of characters so well, so vastly different characters. You know, like he was Jack Sparrow, and then he was Whitey Bulger, and then he even started out in like Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, like one of those classic horror movies.
Yeah.
So he's able to change himself so much, and he was Sweeney Todd. And to me, it's so inspiring because, you know, when you see Johnny Depp, he can disguise himself so much. And I know that there's so many amazing actors out there, but some of them just have, you know, such similar essence that they bring with themselves all the time, which is like, they're still really, really incredible, but something that I think makes him so unique is that he's able to really disguise himself so much that it's like, I can't really name that many other actors that are able to pull something off like that. But you also still know his brand, like his essence. There's something about him that he brings with himself to everything, even when they're all such different kinds of characters. And so I almost think, like, I also love creepy stuff, and I love, like, horror kind of stuff, and he has that aspect to him. And I would love to just be able to disguise myself and be so many different kinds of characters, and also be in creepy horror kinds of things. And so that's one of the reasons why I am really inspired by somebody like Johnny Depp. But at the same time, if I was going to pick somebody who is like a female's career that I'm really interested in, I think that Florence Pugh has a really interesting...
I knew you were going to say her.
You think so?
I knew it.
Why?
Because when you said creepy, when you like creepy, and then you said, oh, I'm going to go to a female, I was like, she's going to say Florence Pugh. Because that's what Florence Pugh does.
That's
like,
true. She does.
She does it really well, too. Yeah.
She does do it really well. Yeah.
What's she been in?
Midsummer.
And that Don't Worry, Darling.
The one, with Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think she has and I like her energy a lot.
Yeah.
Like, she's just got a really good, I don't know, like her vibe that she brings is something that I feel like I would like to embody a little bit. I'm just like naming people. You asked me for like one, but I'm like,
no, it's good.
But I think, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the book or listened to the audiobook Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, if you've heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
It is so good.
Really?
I would recommend for you guys to either read it or listen to it, because I listened to the audiobook. And one of the reasons why I love his book is that it's his mindset that I think more people need to adopt. This man, his mindset is like, first of all, he's very, very carefree about things, which is really, really hard to do. Because I care about a lot of things. I care about the way people think too much. But he has such an interesting checks and balances system on himself. And what I mean by that is, like, even as he got more famous, he has, like, he's very sure of himself in his moral core. And so when he felt like he started to lose his moral core, as he got more famous, he would stop and check on it and be like, nope, I'm going to go and I'm going to just go to South America and find myself. Or I'm just going to go and I think he went on some, like, I don't know, a few days and nights in some kind of desert with, like, I forget the specifics of it. Like, I'm not saying I need to go to, like, a desert. Yeah, he's a little interesting.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing that I appreciated about him is, like, he never felt like I'm too good to be checked on and questioning myself. And I don't know, I don't feel like a lot of people have that about themselves. And so, to me, he's an inspiration for that reason, too. Like, he's very carefree attitude, which I think led him to a lot of great opportunities. And so he tried a lot of cool things with his career, but also he just checks on himself a lot. And he kept himself, like, morally in check, which is something that I don't ever want to lose. So, yeah, that's the long answer
I
to him. So
freaking
sorry.
love Matthew McConaughey. He's really good in, like, everything he does. One of my favorite things, though, is the fucking Wolf of Wall Street, man. Oh my God, him and Wolf of Wall Street, I die every time. Like, I can't, like, oh.
I think I saw that was improvised.
It probably was.
Yeah.
I would believe that, but I freaking love it. I will watch that just for him.
Yeah, and he talks about that in his book too. Like, I think because he was typecast so much as, like, a rom-com kind of guy. Yeah, and so it took a lot for him to break out of that he literally had to stop working for, like, a year or something so that people would see him as the types of roles that he wanted to sort of rebrand himself as. So, which I thought was really interesting too, because sometimes I don't think about that when you actually make it to certain places. You're like, oh, I've made it, like, I can call the shots a little. But like, no, he wasn't, he kept getting offered these really big things, but he was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want this rom-com thing. Like, give me something else. And he's just really funny.
He was in a lot of rom-coms, so I get it. Yeah.
How has acting helped your personal life? Like, how are you able to separate these things? And, you know, like, do you use certain things in your own life that you learn through roles and stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that in general it's helped me a lot. You guys probably hear this a lot. Like, I think it just applies to so many people. I think it's helped me break out of my shell a lot just because I've always been such a shy person. And I also think that it's helped me learn a lot more about myself, because I think, like, when it comes to every role, you have to find where you are in that role. And so, like, with roles like that, you have to find how you can relate to that character even when it's such a creepy role. So not, like, what part of me relates to, like, wanting to abuse a little boy. Like, that's not, I don't think there's, like, a part inside of me that, like, wants to abuse a little boy. Like, not like that, but I think it's, like, what part of me, like, I can feel the same emotions, you know, that somebody who is that crazy can also feel. And so I think, like, in the same sense with, like, people who play these really deranged and crazy characters, like a serial killer, and, like, you know, people that are just really unhinged, or somebody that's capable of murder. It's not, like, what part of me would be capable of murder. I think it's, like, what part of me is capable of feeling so much anger or so much hurt, you know? And because everybody's capable of those emotions. And so it's, like, how you justify to yourself what makes you feel those emotions. And then you can bring that to the scene. And it's not in the same circumstance. Like, I'm not going to go kill this person. But, you know, you can bring that emotion out. So I think, like, that's something that I've learned from it. But I think just in general, like, because I started acting at this acting studio when I was like a sophomore in high school. I was just really, really shy, and I found it kind of around the corner from my house, and it was like totally unrelated to my high school, but I was like so shy that after like the first few classes I was like, I'm never returning. Like I was like, oh, there's scary teenage boys, like I just hate it. But I kept going anyway, and I found out that I could actually sort of do it. And so I think that's kind of how it's helped me in life, is like I realized that I can keep meeting so many amazing people. Like, you know, like there's just, you can meet so many people, and the community is actually so amazing. And I've learned so much about myself and just the people. Like, people actually want to help you. It's not like a industry to hurt you as much as the reputation it has for it, I think, is like there's people who actually really do want to help you in the industry. So, yeah, that's what I've learned.
How do you mentally and emotionally prepare for a role?
I think, well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the role. Like, we kind of touched on that a little bit with some of the things I said in the last questions, I think. But some of it is like what we have already learned in class. You know, like a lot of it for me, I think that really helps is the imagination stuff. I'm like a really visual person, so I think like the imagination stuff helps me a lot. But you know, one thing that I've also found is I think music helps more than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
You guys do that too?
Yep.
Yeah. I make a playlist for every character that I've ever.
Oh, every character, really?
They have
That's
your own.
smart.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing that.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Because I don't do it for like every character, but I feel like maybe I should, because I just like certain people have said like don't use any music, but
Really?
I've
But
heard
it works
that.
for me as well.
Yeah.
Not for character work, but for like emotional states. Like certain songs, if I play them in a series, if I know these songs kind of make me feel a way,
Right.
I play
Have
those
people
back to
said
back to
why
back.
not to use music? Like, why
Well,
not?
Because if you rely on it to achieve an emotional state too much, and then you become dependent on it, one day it may not have the effect on you in the same way, and then you just be.
But then like there's so many songs like just
Yeah.
Billions.
I think it helps so much.
It does. It really does.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Every time I think of like that topic of using music, right, it brings me back to something Sanford Meisner says in his book about your emotions are the sea, the river, and then the text is in the boat. So you need to create the emotions. You need to create the river that's gonna take you to where you need to be in your character. So I just think music stirs up that river,
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And like some songs are like really tell a lot of stories, you know, and like that can help a lot too, to feel a very specific emotion, and like maybe that will then dry out or whatever, and then you can move on to a different song, but like it's because I feel like ever since people have been listening to music or creating music, they use it to tell stories. So like why would you just completely neglect that to help you prepare for something? I don't think that makes sense. So
I mean, literally, when we look at movies, when we watch movies, the music in the background has so much to do with how the story is told and how it feels. So it's like, why would you not use it? It's
exactly.
so
Have you guys ever seen like Studio Binder? I've seen that where they'll show you how a scene feels. It's the same scene, but they added different songs.
Yes.
And,
Actually, have you guys seen the thing they did before with, I think, like one of the Harry Potter movies, where they changed it to look like it was one of those like teenage like coming of age movies, and he was like, guys, we're going out tonight, and they like put like different music on it. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. That would be fun.
They like made it look like it was one of those almost like a super bad kind of movie. And like they changed the music, and it totally changed the vibe of it. It worked so well.
Yeah.
So, I would say music is one of them, but also I think, which you guys probably do too, but besides just like actually having a full like imagination and like everything that you bring together for that, but actually like going through the text and filling in all of the blanks so fully, I think is really important, because I've also worked with people before. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, like not even at the school, like not at the school, but like, you know, like, but like I've worked with people before who will be in a scene and they'll be, their character or the dialogue will be mentioning people or like a character that they never really thought about figuring out who that was. Like they'll be mentioning like, oh, I did this with Tommy, but like in their brain it means nothing.
And you feel it. You feel the difference when they haven't done the work.
Like you have to know why you're saying that stuff. Like you have to, so, you know, I'll do that too. Like really break down kind of like the backstory and where I am and who all the people are and stuff like that. And yeah, so I mean, I think that's, and if it's especially a character that's like really different from me, I'll kind of research if there's anything specific about that type of person. That would be something that I don't know readily, you know, like in my own mind. To sort of understand, to add to like whatever I would be sort of imagining, to contribute. But
well, that leads me to like another question. So obviously we all have these processes. You know, we're talking about music and you were talking about you know, the breakdown and all of that stuff. But sometimes, I know I, anyway, can get into a space where I don't even feel like that's working and I'm still lost and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just don't feel like I'm bringing it the way I want. And so in those kinds of times, if you have those, like, kinds of times where you just feel like you're not doing the best you can, what do you tell yourself? Like, how do you...
See, that's a good question, because... sometimes it's really like that.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, I mean...
Hold on, Jackie. Take a moment to collect your thoughts. What do you tell yourself, Dara? Because earlier on that couch, you were just talking about not being in class.
This was going to happen. No, it's not about me. This is about Jackie. This is... Jackie Diehl's moment. Okay? It's not about me. So, Jackie, whenever you're ready.
Stressed.
Ignore Michael. It's fine.
I've been trying to for a while.
It's hard to do.
What do I tell myself? Well, it's interesting. So, I tell myself that that's a really hard question.
I know.
I know. I think that when I feel like it's not working out and I'm not getting anywhere, I'm trying to buy myself time. Because it's really hard. I know.
Don't say it.
I didn't say anything.
What am I supposed to do with this guy?
I know. It's like you can't do anything with him.
I know, but I think that honestly, sometimes it's literally more about intuition than we give it credit for. Because I think that sometimes people spend so much time breaking down, like with scenes and with, like they think, okay, I have to put everything into all of the legwork, like so much into the legwork of everything. And they're like, I need to break down the character. I need to break down like the who, what, when, and why, and all this kind of stuff. And they'll follow like, which method should I be doing, the Uta Hagen and the Meisner and all this, and they put so much into that you actually lose your compass of where you're trying to go with it. And it's like, maybe you actually should just trust your intuition, because that's how people are in real life. Like when we are doing something in real life and we're just living, we're not sitting there. I mean, I know it wouldn't make sense in real life to sit there and think out like who, what, when, and where, because we just know those things like when we're living. But I think when you get to that point, sometimes that's why it helps to have a reset and stop and then kind of go off of like what you think intuitively would work for like the character, or like, I don't know, like where you should be going with, I don't know if are you talking about specifically with like a character or an audition, or like just with like direction in your career?
She's talking about your life.
Yeah. I'm not talking about your life. I'm talking about in like career-wise, when you feel like it's something isn't, like maybe you're stuck for a second, or there's a block or something, like, and you're having a difficult time.
Okay. I was going on a different tangent then.
No, but I think that was great though. Like, I think because I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
And I'm happy you actually said that, because that's helpful. Because you do sometimes, or I have gotten to a point where I'm like, man, I don't know what else to do with this character. Like, I've done all this and something still feels like it's not right, you know? And to say to yourself, okay, well, just intuitively, like, what would I do? That's pretty dope. I haven't done that. So,
Okay.
I thought that was standard. I thought we were all being trained to bring ourselves to these roles.
Well, yeah, but I think, like, sometimes people still get so caught up in, like, all the logistics of everything that it's hard to let go. And, like, I know that we'll be told that you have to let go, but I think, like, we're so trained to just break everything down so much. Like, even when people are doing, I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but even when people are doing auditions, like, I've helped people with auditions or, like, being a reader on audition and stuff like that, people will just, do so many takes that I think, like, you lose your compass of what you're actually looking to do with that audition, because it's like, well, now once you've done like 5 or 6 takes and you watch them through, your brain is like, which is the 1 or 2 takes to even submit? I've done so many that it's like you have thought logistically too much about how to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're thinking too much about all the rules and all the little nuances and all this kind of stuff instead of just going off of intuition a little bit. That I don't even, this is like a little bit of a tangent, but I don't even think it's a good idea to do that many takes of an audition sometimes, you know, or like when you're breaking down a character and you're rehearsing a scene and people will rehearse so much in one sitting. I think that sometimes also has a backfire effect. Like, I think it's good to just stop and be like, we're kind of overdoing this. Like, we're doing too much. Yeah. Like, it's backfiring. But for your question, because I took that in a little bit of a wrong direction. No. But yeah, I think kind of like what we talked about earlier, I think it is totally allowed to have a break period in life. And I don't even think like necessarily like a really long break period, but I think that it's kind of an unhealthy mentality to think that we need to be constantly busybodies 24/7 or else you're not considered worthy of, you know, continuing on with this career path or something, because I think there's a little bit too much of that mentality in this business. And I've actually met some people who are, you know, like casting directors and producers and stuff, who have said, and it made me feel so good when they said this too, that they think that actors, and not even just actors, like they do this too, should have other hobbies outside of acting, which I think everybody should, but should have other hobbies outside of acting to focus on, because you kind of need that. Like, your brain needs to have a break. And I don't think that you can continue on as a healthy actor and have, like, actual good creative inspiration if you don't give yourself a healthy break. And that's not talked about enough. I think that should actually be a part of your path. Like, you know, I think if you feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough, then maybe that's your body telling you that you should take a break for a second. And I have another thought. So there's also, it's really hard to not have a lot of negative comparison in the industry, because that's like everywhere, and I think that kind of is part of where this mentality comes from, because you see everybody else doing everything all the time. And it's a lot easier said than done to just be like, don't compare. But like, one thing that I try to live by, I don't know if anybody is familiar with Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules for Life, but one of his rules is to just, and you might have already heard this before too, but it's to just compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who anybody else is today.
I love that.
And I try to think about that too, because it's like, you know, because I think it's even a win if maybe yesterday you were in class and then today you're not, but it's a win to be moving forward mentally. Like, maybe you took a different health step, like a mental health step or something, you know, that is going to then progress you further in your career outside of class. Like, that is a good comparison to yourself yesterday. So
I like that.
Yes, me too.
Like
Love that. Where's the wisdom? Just Jackie. Thank you. That's awesome.
So I apologize for not seeing Willow and attending the 25-day. I needed it. I was but anyway. So but I saw because I saw like little clips of it, and I was able to sort of grasp the idea, kind of. So, what inspired you to write Willow, and what was it like working with your sister?
So, no problem that you didn't come. But yeah, so me and my sister, we had a phone call about it because we were trying to think of what would be a good topic to make it about, because you know how they have like, you know, the 20 whatever that is on the list or whatever. And since her and I are like confused a lot by people at the school, we initially had a different topic that we wanted to make it about, that would make it sort of like a dated thing where like one of us is like, this is gonna sound weird, but like one of us is like the grandma of the other one, or like in the past, and like they kind of like run into each other or something. But then she had the idea where she actually knew somebody who had like a sibling who passed away, and so that kind of like led into, you know, this new idea that we had instead that made it a little bit less weird about me being her grandma or something. So then from there, we just decided that's kind of where the inspiration of it came from, is like if, you know, maybe we were dealing with like not being able to actually have each other in each other's lives anymore. But yeah, working with her was great, because we're just really close in general, like in real life. So, and we worked before on a project, like a couple of years ago. There was like a student film, it's really bad. We didn't know how to act or anything, so it was just like, it was like we were both in a cult, and like, we
all had those, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, but no, working with her was like, because we also just get along so well that like we understood how to affect each other, and like working on the script, we kind of knew how to like vibe off of each other really well, so that it would be more natural and like bring into each other like our family elements that would kind of make more sense with like our history. And so there weren't really any hiccups or anything, like we just kind of get along really well. So
That's so awesome.
How did you decide what character? Did you guys write your own characters?
Kind of. So it was like basically she laid out a foundation, and then I looked it over, and then I was like, I don't want, like we kind of were like, well, let's tweak from here, like, you know. So then there are a lot of things that it felt like, let's change a lot of these things, and then we drew a lot from our actual life. Like after changing a lot of the lines and like reworking it a lot, it became a lot more clear which character fit who the best based off of like our personal experiences, because it's still characters, but there's a lot of it that kind of fits our own personal lives just like a lot more to a T, like depending on the character. So yeah.
It was a beautiful film. Like it was shot well. I loved the film where you guys were like laying like opposite.
Thank you. Yeah, we had Alyssa, if you know Alyssa Capitini is the director.
Yes.
Yeah, she had such a great creative eye for that. She was the one who was like, I think that we should have a shot from the view of the willow tree, and then one like up of the tree. And she's the one that really helped us figure out the blocking and how we should be laying, and like she just had a really great eye for it. It would not look the way it did if it wasn't for Alyssa.
her.
So, yeah.
It looks beautiful. It looks like
It's gorgeous.
photography.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was Alyssa.
Are you guys gonna put it in the upcoming film festival?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'll see it
Excited to
then.
watch it again.
Yeah.
Unless
for
I'm
real.
like, but I'll see it then. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll wait. I think it's worth the wait, so I'll.
Yeah, it is.
Thank
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, I know you explained some of Rustin when you were on the couch talking, but what was it like working on it? And is it on Netflix? It's coming out. Like, can you talk to us about your experience on that project?
Yeah, Rustin was cool. so yeah, it's gonna be on Netflix. It's not out yet.
Yay! Can I like press the button? Yay! I would do more, but I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's gonna be on Netflix, I think, on the 17th.
Of this month. Whoa.
Yeah.
No,
That's soon.
next week.
Is it next week? Oh my god! What the heck? What happened this month? That was fast.
It is.
And yeah, I'm excited I can talk about it now because I haven't been allowed to say anything because of the strike. So like now it's like legal. It was cool working on it though because basically when I did the audition, I had just done background work on a different film in the DC area that required me to look like I was in the 1960s, and then I got this audition for Rustin, and they also wanted me to look like I was in the 1960s, and I was like, that's really convenient because they had just done my hair and makeup to look all like they had like blown it all out and stuff like that, and
that's really cool.
I just realized what it is. Rustin. Okay. I'm excited. I was like, yeah, I know you said it's on Netflix, and then my mind was just like, because I seen it, that it's coming soon. Yay!
Right? I know. It's really cool.
Nice.
I saw it too on Netflix. Whoa. Yeah, like coming soon.
Nice.
Thank you.
I think I saw it last night or something.
So exciting.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to. So I thought, okay, if I already look like I am like in this dated kind of hair and makeup, because I had to. It was just a background thing that I did like before the audition. But for the background work, they made me have my hair all blown out and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I already did my hair, so I'll just do my audition like this. And for the audition, they told me to just do a monologue of me being like pissed off, like an angry. They didn't give me the logistics of it. They were like, just be angry, like, and something where it's like you are like an angry high schooler or something, that you're like bullying somebody. So I did this monologue that I've just known for a long time. But in the monologue, I'm like,
do it now.
No. In the monologue, I'm like a serial killer, so I adjusted it because I was like, this doesn't fit the bill. And I had this like sweater vest on and stuff like that. And I ended up getting a call from it's like a Pittsburgh-based casting agency, and or a casting director, and I have no idea why, because it was filming in Washington D.C. But they told me that the director of the movie wanted to book me for the role. And I was shocked about that. But the thing that's cool about that I learned, actually, there were three girls that they cast for the role that was like similar to mine, the white girls. Because there's like three bullying white girls basically. And all three of us have curly red hair. And they put wigs on the other two girls because they didn't want all of us to have curly red hair. But what I learned from the casting director was that they had actually told the director of the movie that it's probably not a good idea for him to cast all three of us because we all have curly red hair. And this is like one of my most exciting things. So he was so adamant about casting us three because he liked our audition tapes so much that he was like, I would rather put wigs on them than cast anybody else.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's really great.
So I was like, no way. So, but working on it was really cool. Like, I just, there wasn't like too much to it because they just wanted me to improvise. And I had to be like a racist, so like I didn't like, that was kind of tough because I didn't know, like they didn't tell me that, because it's kind of like the film it takes place in like during that time period, and it's got Martin Luther King and stuff like that, and it's, if you guys know what happened with the whole Little Rock stuff,
with the school,
and so that's what I was one of those like mean people in the Little Rock, and so so that's kind of one of the roles that I was playing, and I just had to be bullying this little girl, you know, and so they just said that they just wanted me to get up kind of like in the camera, and like they had like a POV shot of me like in the camera, but yeah, I mean, it was cool. I got to meet the director and like,
that's so cool.
So
how many times did you have to say the N-word?
None. I was not gonna say that. Oh my goodness.
God. How did you get involved with that one? Just auditioning? Like, did you see it on Actors Access or?
I saw it on Dragon Connects. If you guys have heard of that, it's like a DMV based casting site. There's some good stuff on there.
Nice.
I think you guys. It's free. Like, it's not a paid site. It's because I've gotten some true crime shows from that too.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, you guys should look on there. There's like some good gems you can get from that.
What's it called?
I could write it down. It's called Dragon. It's like the Dragon UK Connects. Yeah.
Okay.
So and it's like for stuff that's more south, like if you are willing to go to like Maryland and stuff like that. But there's some like good, definitely some good castings from it. So
nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's really cool. So you said that, I mean, playing a racist was like really, really challenging, but what's been your most like challenging thing pursuing acting and being an actress, and how have you come through that?
Like challenging role, or just like thing about it in
just
general?
thing about it in general, going for it, or role.
I think just in general how hard it is to get anyone to give a shit. like you know, it's just there's so much competition, but I don't want to be negative. Like I don't want to be I just don't want to be like a negative Nancy. Like, you know, there's really so many people that are there to support you. That's one thing that I have, like I said earlier, like I've met so many amazing people that do just want to help you. And I've like the only reason that I have an agent in Atlanta is because a girl from the Netflix thing, she moved to Atlanta and then she referred me to that agency, and like people, they just want to help, like they really do. But I think when it comes to like trying to reach out to agents and like trying to message casting directors, it's hard because it's so much about networking, and everybody talks about how you have to have your own your own tracking spreadsheets of knowing who your network is, and you know, knowing which producer and director booked you on this thing, and remembering to thank people after they booked you on this thing, and remembering to like reach out and like nourish those connections that you have. And it's hard because I don't feel like authentically I'm that person. Like I don't like to be in people's face, and even one reach out feels like I'm being in somebody's face. But people have told me you have to reach out like 11 to 14 times before somebody even remembers you. Like agents get so full of people in their inbox, and I don't want to bother a director, but they like to know people, like they go to people that they've worked with before that they recognize. So you want to like, you know, be remembered by a director, or casting directors, they go to agents and actors that they really trust, you know, and they have certain agents they trust more than others. And it's like, how do you get your foot in the door with those agents? And so there's so much to it that it's like, I just want to act. Like I just love acting, and I love the creative part of it. And it sucks that sometimes there's that whole networking side to it where you have to like know these people and nurse the connections and have your spreadsheets, and like, you know, I wish, like, that's what's hard about it, I think, is, like, I'm not authentically the type to keep being in people's faces, and sometimes I feel like I keep being told I gotta keep being in people's faces, and, like, I don't like it.
Jackie, what advice would you give to actors starting on the journey of finding an agent? I guess you kind of hinted at it, but...
Finding an agent? See, now I feel like I was just being negative.
No, you weren't.
For actors trying to find an agent, I think you need to have the confidence in yourself to think that you are deserving of an agent, because way too many actors think that they don't, or they're not ready. And I have met a lot of actors who have an agent who are not the best actor in the world. And that's not like a bad thing. Like, I'm glad they have an agent, you know, but I've met so many actors who are so talented and they're not doing anything with it. And I'm like, are you auditioning? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I'm trying to push them. It's everybody's own journey. But it's sad for me to hear that they're not doing anything, and I know they want to. And it's the only reason that they're not doing anything is because they have told me that they don't feel like they're ready yet. And that's when I want to hit them, respectfully. Because I know you can. I know that you can get an agent. You can. And I think if you can have your materials together, and you know, like plenty of us, we know people that are doing things. You think, and like I just totally shat on nourishing relationships because I'm not like the most comfortable with it, but at the same time, if you are not afraid to ask somebody about their agent, you would be surprised how willing people are to help you or give you a leg up, because I have only gotten my agents through people saying that they would help me, or like knowing somebody who had a relationship with that agent. And you can get agents through cold submissions, but both of my agents I didn't get through cold submissions, and that's just because people are willing to help. And so I think what goes around comes around, and like people will help you. So I think just don't second guess yourself, because you have more to offer than you think. At least like all of you guys and everybody at Playhouse, at least. Yeah. I can't speak for random actors that I don't know, but like you know. So that's my advice to people that are trying to get an agent, is like, I think you've got more to offer than you're giving yourself credit for, and don't be afraid to ask people for help.
Love it. Oh.
Yes.
Yay!
So funny with your buttons.
This is great.
Yeah, this is really
Wow,
cool. Thank
so
you
insightful
much.
and
yeah,
beautiful.
for sure.
And I can't wait to see Rustin. I'll be looking for
know,
Jackie.
I'm
I'm gonna take a picture and be like, Jackie!
Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you guys have agents?
Not yet.
You got one?
I lied my ass off.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. That should have been my answer. Not
Yes,
yet.
yet. Not yet.
Okay.
I
why
don't
not
want to
yet?
answer this question because Jackie's gonna hit me respectfully. So I'm not gonna answer.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Right, respectfully.
Yeah. I really just want to take my time.
Go ahead, pull that arm back.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, and I kind of enjoy like just building something with everybody and seeing where it goes. I'm kind of like nervous to go out on my own right now.
I love it.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Well, that's the end of the question segment, Jackie. You did amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
amazing. Killer.
Great time.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess we can pass it around. I suppose. Let's
Is it
share.
charged enough so we can unplug it?
Yeah, for sure. All right. So it's called Log Lines, and we're gonna guess the movie based on a log line.
Okay, so now does the person who reads it have to guess it, or does the person read it and then everybody else has to guess it?
Yeah, I guess the person reads it and we all guess it because the
Okay.
answer isn't there. We have to like put the answer in and then click guess and it'll tell you.
Oh, if it's
okay.
right or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm excited.
Okay, are you guys ready for me to read it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. A young boy and an old man go to extraordinary lengths to make the boy's parents have sex.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
What is
Read it
that?
again, please.
A young boy and an old man go to extraordinary lengths to make the boy's parents have sex.
What the hell is
Is that a
that?
porn?
I don't
Boy
know
and
what
old
this is.
man.
I know. Like, everything in Titanic.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
What?
No.
No, that can't
I
be
wish there was
it.
like multiple choice or something.
I know,
I
right?
wish I get
multiple
okay.
choice
Next
would be
time we
helpful.
play it, I'll add multiple choice.
Should
Okay,
I
yeah.
like a guess in that?
Yeah, and see.
What are we guessing? Are we teaming up on
Put
guessing?
Boys in
or-
the Hood.
Boys.
But Boys in the Hood didn't have an old
Boys in
man,
the Hood
though.
didn't have an old man.
We don't know the answer regardless.
You're right.
No, we
So
don't.
Put whatever you want in there.
I'm gonna. You said Jurassic Park. It's a different version of Jurassic Park. Guess. It said no. Wait, just not gonna tell me? Okay.
Let me see.
Give
What
up.
was it? Oh,
Oh, Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
I don't remember.
Really?
I don't remember.
He did
Back
have
to
to
the
get
Future.
his parents to have sex.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I
he
do
needs
not
it.
remember that about Back to the Future.
Because his mom
think
fell
it
in
was-
love with, like, Marty's mom fell in love
That
with him.
makes sense.
I think I was way too young to pick up on that.
Oh, fell in love with him
Yes.
when he went back.
That's such
She
a
was
funny way
right.
to describe that
It
movie.
It really is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm gonna start saying that.
A young boy and an old man work together to force the young boy's parents to have sex. Hilarious.
Oh, I know this one. This is easy. A man's sense of reality alters after taking a pill.
Oh, The Matrix.
Yeah, of course.
Right. A woman has an awful job interview, so she steals her dad's stuff and joins the army.
Mulan?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I was about to say G.I. Jane.
Maybe.
Is the job interview when she meets that woman and they like...
Correct! Yes! You got that right away, too. Good for you.
Nice. Okay.
Stinky.
I thought she didn't want to get married. That's why she joined the army.
A broke man commits identity
woman
fraud so he can manipulate a group of school children.
Wait, what was it?
Wait,
You ready
what?
again?
A
School
broke
of
man.
Rock.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. A broke man commits identity fraud so he can manipulate a group of school children.
Oh. You think it's School of Rock? What,
I
Jack
think it's
Black?
that. With Jack Black, yeah. And it is.
Nice.
Yay!
A girl takes a chicken on a boat trip.
Moana. No, Moana.
Moana?
Moana.
Did she take a chicken on a boat trip?
Well, she didn't take it, but it.
Oh, but it, was on the boat with her.
I'm embarrassed.
Moana.
Moana. Yes.
My niece looks like Moana.
Oh, it's correct.
Oh,
there's the chicken.
nice.
Play with me about these kids movies.
I know, yeah.
An old man gets really childish. That could be anything.
An old man.
That's it? That's all they give you?
An old man gets really childish.
Maybe
Up.
big.
Oh.
No.
Benjamin Button?
Yes, Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense than up.
You were right. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yay!
Smart.
An elderly man uses balloons to kidnap a small boy.
Up. Yeah. Up.
Oh, okay.
It's just one too
We ain't even got
early.
to check out. That's up. He didn't kidnap that boy.
Correct. Yeah. Let's see. A man tries to quit a reality TV show.
The Truman Show.
The Truman
The Truman Show.
Show.
Yeah. Yep. The Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
A bunch of teenagers go to school on a Saturday.
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Gotta watch
What are you
that.
doing with your life?
Breakfast Club. Yes. Nice.
Yay.
This girl, she looks like Kelly.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
She does look like Kelly. Yeah. Pretty in
Oh,
pink.
snap. That is Kelly.
It is. Yeah. It is.
Hi, Kelly. Come on the show.
Kelly.
A tax advisor leaves his job unexpectedly and goes to Mexico.
I don't know that
I
one.
have
A
no
tax
idea.
advisor leaves his job
In Mexico?
unexpectedly and
I have
goes
no
to
idea.
Mexico?
Um,
An Adam Sandler movie.
that sounds like, yeah. Are you guessing something?
Shout out to Adam Sandler. That's not shade. I
Right.
like Adam.
Oh, snap. It's Shawshank Redemption.
I don't remember Shawshank. Shawshank Redemption with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Really?
Oh.
Who
He
went
does quit his job. He was the warden. Like, he was doing the taxes for everybody in the jail. And then he broke out.
Right.
Crazy tagline. Because
That's why he goes to Mexico. Okay.
they never say it was Mexico. Maybe they did.
A grown man plays with a toy and sleeps for almost the entire movie. Ted? No, he doesn't sleep for the entire
A
movie.
grown man.
A grown man plays with a toy and sleeps for almost the entire movie.
Tony. Uncultured swines. That's all I hear in my mind right now.
Do you think you would get all of these?
Maybe. I doubt. Probably not. Maybe a good percentage.
Interesting to see
I think
him
a
play.
good
Yeah.
percentage. I don't
Yeah.
know how many of the kids ones he would get.
Yeah.
Inception.
Oh.
The spinning
Oh, the toy. The
Yeah,
thing.
it's just so obvious once you say it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Let's see. Two factory workers unravel a terrifying plot. Two factory workers unravel a terrifying plot.
Unravel a terrifying factory workers. It's
And this is
hard.
the last question, by the way.
This is
That is pretty
hard. Factory workers.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen any movie about factory workers.
I don't know.
All right, we'll just guess then. Monsters Incorporated.
Ah, I love that movie.
Did you guess it at the end?
No, I just saw it pop up. It made me angry.
But that's
Why
it.
did they describe these?
I
Yeah.
know. What the heck?
Mike Wazowski is
I
my
know these
favorite monster
movies.
Yeah.
of all time.
You're like, I'm trying to see if I've seen anything with factory workers.
I know, like,
Yeah,
what
me
is
too.
it with factory
Damn.
workers? Yeah. So we're at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. We were having so much fun.
I know.
And now my new favorite thing is to hit somebody respectfully.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of people on the list.
Yes. Respectfully, that's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Don't make me hit you.
Respectfully. we make a lot of t-shirts around here, so it might make it.
Yes.
So yeah. So Jackie, what words of encouragement or advice,
Inspiration.
or, you like to leave our
Um,
listeners?
Yeah, that is a good one. I don't want to be basic, I guess, but
I could never.
Never. You can,
Never.
I mean, if you tried.
Oh God, this guy.
it's okay. It's okay. Let him be him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think my words of inspiration would just be, I think, to not second guess yourself, which is like so much easier said than done. But I just think that a lot of people, I just see so many people that I think have so much to offer but are holding themselves back because of fear, or like it feels scary to do the next thing, which I totally relate to. But I just think that it's not as scary as you think it is to do the next thing. Just put one foot in front of the other, really. There's more people in the industry that are willing to help you than you think, and I think we all have more resources available than we realize. So that is, yeah, that's what I want to leave everybody with.
Amazing. Talking to my co-hosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's okay.
That's great. Thank you so much, Jackie, for being here.
Yay.
Really, this was a
Guys.
great episode.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
very
Yes.
insightful, very nice, very deep. But not like a uncomfortable deep that you're gonna go home and think about it. It's just like, yeah, that was pretty insightful.
Yeah, very insightful.
Did you have fun, Jackie? Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
You think
Okay,
you'll come
good.
back?
I would love to.
Do we have to
Okay.
replace Michael for you to come back, or you'll come back?
No, I'll come back.
But anyway, thank you guys for listening.
Yes,
right?
thank you so much for listening.
Yes, of course. All
Yes,
right,
Jackie.
this is a feat, but I'm
Deal.
gonna try.
Jackie, deal. Deal with it.
Yes.
I like it.
At Deal with it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna play the quiz also. Why are you looking disappointed?
I love you.
Oh,
Love
that's
you.
right.
Keep
Love
creating.
you. Yeah, that's right. The sign
Bye.
off. Bye. Do you want to say anything, Michael?
Mm-mm. I haven't talked to nothing.